Welcome to Dealmaker Diaries, where we dissect the intricate stories of individuals who've mastered the art of deal-making the high-octane world of Larry Ellison, the undisputed samurai warrior of Silicon Valley. Get ready for a ride because if you're competing against Larry, you better buckle up because he's not here to play nice. Larry Ellison, the man who founded Oracle over 30 years ago, is not just another executive. He's the highest paid titan in the last decade, raking in a mind-blowing $1.84 billion in total compensation. Yep, you heard it right. Larry's secret sauce? Convincing customers that his products can change their business lives. He's got this uncanny ability to see around corners before most of us even get to the end of the street. And trust me, he'll stop at nothing to win. It's like a business battlefield, and Larry is leading the charge. Picture this: Larry Ellison, the man who made a German software firm cough up $1.3 billion. That's right, Oracle flexing its muscles. Larry hates to lose, and he's not afraid to show it. His technology is the backbone of information systems worldwide, from government to online commerce. This guy means business. Now here's a theory for you: Larry's succession plan. The man wants to run Oracle from beyond the grave. Can you imagine? It's like he's saying, "I'll be calling the shots even 6 feet under." That's the kind of ambition we're dealing with. But let's talk about the Larry you might not know. He's not just a business mogul. He's a high-flying adrenaline junkie from $200 million homes. He's addicted to winning, and his toys reflect it. He even spent $400 million to bring the America's Cup back to the USA. Talk about making waves. Fast cars, sleek boats, Larry's got it all. But here's the kicker. His real success comes from something less flashy. Something that powers the world's essential software tools, something you probably use every day without realizing it. Enter Oracle, the powerhouse behind the scenes. Larry Ellison, the man behind some of the world's most essential software tools that drive governments, online commerce, and everyday transactions. If you've got a credit card, a cell phone, or if you're just living in the modern age, chances are you're using Oracle. Larry Ellison arguably crafted the most crucial computer software you've never heard of, silently orchestrating a monumental change in the way we live our lives. But here's the kicker. Ellison remains behind the curtain, a mysterious figure shaping our digital world. Ellison, always the visionary, knew there had to be a better way. He teamed up with Bob Miner, an engineering genius, and together they founded Software Development Laboratories, SDL, with an original handwritten sign and a modest $1,200. Ellison's ability to sell a vision and Miner's technical prowess created an odd yet perfect couple for Silicon Valley. Fagan, who had initially dismissed Ellison as a total flake, soon found himself joining the venture. Despite doubts about Ellison's commitment, the journey began. With an obscure IBM research paper in hand, Ellison stumbled upon a groundbreaking idea: a relational database. While the name sounds complex, the concept was simple: a format that made data easily searchable. Gary Blum, who worked with Ellison, emphasized its simplicity, describing it as a collection of data organized for easy search and retrieval. IBM, however, failed to see the potential. Ellison, on the other hand, saw an opportunity to beat the tech giant to market. He believed in the idea and enlisted programmer Bruce Scott to bring it to life. For Scott, it was cool technology and fun, but for Ellison, it was the foundation of a company and a market waiting to be conquered. Fast forward to the monumental task of managing worldwide intelligence. Ellison knew there was a need for something smarter, something more efficient. So, what does he do? He sells his smart database to none other than the CIA. Talk about aiming high for your first customer. He called it Oracle version 2 because, well, who buys version 1, right? But oh, the plot thickens. Oracle version 6 entered the scene, and it wasn't the blockbuster they had hoped for. Bugs infested the system, customers were throwing their hands up in frustration, and sales took a nosedive. Some call it the near-death experience of Oracle in the early 90s. We're talking about cutting through fat into muscle, maybe even a couple of limbs. Ellison's personal fortune and Oracle's stock? Freefall mode activated. By November 1st, 1990, Ellison had lost a whopping $790 million. Ouch. Now imagine being the guy who wanted to achieve greatness and suddenly finding yourself as the business's laughingstock. It hit Ellison hard, and the Oracle team had to do some serious soul-searching. Out with the old, in with the new senior management had to go, and the painful process of rebuilding began. Enter Ray Lane, a management and sales guru brought in to inject some much-needed operational discipline. The chaos, the pain, it was a reset button for Oracle's culture. But wait, the plot twist is just around the corner. The real savior arrives in the form of Oracle 7, the phoenix rising from the ashes. Zach Nelson, Oracle's youngest marketing executive, described it as not just better, but orders of magnitude better. Ellison's vision was back on track. In 1994, Oracle dodged the bullet. Revenues soared past the $2 billion mark, and Ellison's stock, a cool $3 billion. But was that enough for Larry? Not a chance. He had his eyes on a bigger prize, a heavyweight bout with the reigning champion, Bill Gates. You see, it wasn't just about the money, it was about the scorecard, the title of the richest, the best. Larry Ellison wasn't just building a tech empire, he was in a personal showdown with Gates. It was a rivalry of epic proportions, a competition for the top spot. And let me tell you, Larry wasn't willing to settle for second best. It was a battle for supremacy in the tech arena, and Larry Ellison was in it to win it. Ellison's quest for recognition as the greatest innovator led him to a fierce competition against Bill Gates. He was so fixated on Gates that he openly admitted to hiring private detectives to uncover dirt on his rival. The tech world was buzzing with Gates' Windows 95, and Ellison, in his characteristic style, didn't hold back on his opinions. In an appearance on The Charlie Rose Show, Ellison described Windows 95 as an enormously complicated piece of software. He found the idea of people managing this complexity in their households hilarious. And so, Ellison, always the strategist, decided it was time for something easier. He emphasized that defeating Microsoft wasn't about throwing darts of hatred and envy at Bill Gates. It was about creating better products. Ellison's move into the consumer device market was bold. He introduced the Network Computer, or NC, a low-cost, user-friendly alternative to the complexity of personal computers. According to Ellison, this was the computer for normal human beings, an internet appliance that could be as simple as your toaster. The dream was to make computing accessible to everyone. However, the NC faced headwinds. Despite Ellison's vision of a world without Microsoft's operating system on every desktop, the reality was that falling PC prices overshadowed his venture. While he passionately hated the traditional PC model, the market spoke differently. Ellison acknowledged that the NC idea wasn't flawed. It was just ahead of its time. Fast forward 5 years and the landscape changed. $500 PCs flooded the market, effectively shutting down Ellison's NC venture. But here's the kicker. While the NC may not have been a roaring success, Ellison's vision of the internet was spot on. Oracle's database became the backbone of internet services we now take for granted. Think Expedia, Amazon, eBay, and more. His gamble on the power of the internet paid off, proving once again that people may have thought Larry was crazy, but in reality, he was just ahead of the curve.